So, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. It's been over a year since I posted a video like this, and I don't know what happened exactly. Last year, in the summer of 2020, when I was just graduating, just towards the end of my college career, I just decided to do YouTube for no reason, really. Just was bored, and I made a bunch of speed draws. I have a folder. I made a bunch, and they were fun. They were great. They were fine. I will say that I learned a lot doing them. I started out, when I go back and watch them, and I watch some of the things I do with my art, I'm like, yikes. Like, that was not a good technique to be posting. That wasn't a good technique to be, I made 5 of them. I made 5 speed draws that were official, that went up. And I'm sorry, this is gonna be 30 minutes of me just rambling, and I apologize in advance, but I need to explain myself. I need to talk about what happened. But anyway, I started these speed draws, and I had so many different topics lined up, and I have, and still have, a bunch of recordings on hand of me drawing, and I look back at them now, and I look back at the art, and I think, like, why did I post that? There was a bit of a tutorial element to some of them, and honestly, I feel guilty that I posted those and told people that this was how I did it. Like, oh yeah, I totally used this tool and just used that tool, and bam, you're good. Not that that was necessarily a bad thing to do, but it really was a not a cop-out, but it was a great way to do things if you're in a hurry, but not really a great way to do things if you want to do them right, I guess. But anyway, what happened? Why did I drop off of YouTube? Honestly, the easiest answer is that I forgot I even did it. Like, for a good 2 months straight, I was making these and having fun and posting like once a week. And it was going well, but then I skipped a week or something, and then I just ran out of topics. I ran out of things to talk about. Because when you're doing stuff like this, you have a few options. You have the option to talk about drama, talk about things going on with other people. But like me, who only really has a following of my friends, and who really doesn't care all that much about influencer stuff and drama and whatever, it's not something that I would have enjoyed enough to justify making videos and making this a whole thing, right? And then the other options would be to like tell stories about your life, and I could still do that, but do I have any stories that would be interesting? Because I did the Ethan one, I did the one about the catfish story. That was my last one, and I actually send that to people frequently, because I'll mention Ethan and people will be like, well, what happened there? Like, well, what was that situation? And I'll be like, well, here's a video. I already talked about it. Why do I need to tell it again, especially in writing, having to write the whole thing out? Although I do think it's still in my notes, but it's just so much better to actually listen to me talk about it, or just send a link to a video. And I have considered reading stuff out loud, like reading some of my old writing, or like reading especially Silent Island. I'm still very bummed out that Silent Island hasn't gone anywhere and I haven't done anything with it. I wrote 5 novels and they sit in a folder and I haven't touched them since like 2019, and it's kind of sad because, God, I'm getting really, this is gonna get really depressing. I hope it doesn't, but it might. I wasted my entire teen years on this novel. I didn't socialize, I didn't go hang out with friends because like 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, if I wasn't home by 9 to write, then I was stressed. And it was a little better when I got older and I got a laptop instead of a desktop and I could just write on my laptop. And I always happened to wrap up a novel right before my convention, my yearly convention. So I always had the convention every year. That was always my break from writing. And I would take like a couple days off between novels. But I was on that game. I don't even know where that motivation went in my life. Like, any motivation I have to do anything is gone now. It doesn't exist. And that's really sad to me. Like, I'm genuinely distressed about it because I used to be the type I would churn out an entire chapter of a fanfic every single weekday. I would have a fanfic out once a month, an entire 20 chapter fanfic out once a month, and now I barely open Wattpad, which is what I write on. It's just way easier to write on Wattpad. I don't do anything unless it's for somebody else, and that's scary because I have like a few friends, and I'll go into group chats and stuff, and I'll be like, hey, someone tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do, please, because I don't know what to do. And no one really holds me accountable, and they don't have to. It's not their job. It's not their duty in life to be my handler, but I can't do that on my own. I can't tell myself to do stuff. And yet, if someone just mentions something offhand and is like, hey, do this, and I have the supplies in front of me, I will do it immediately. And then, if people are waiting for it, people expect it and want it done, then it's done. If I get a commission, that commission's done long before I say it's going to be done because someone's expecting it, someone's waiting for it. I don't even do commissions for the art. I just do the commissions to force myself to do stuff like that I wouldn't normally do. And I mean, it's a miracle because since I stopped, since my last video in the whole speedraw series, I started a comic and I'm about 30 something chapters done, and that's because I have 2 or 3 people that comment on it, and that's all it takes. I know I have a few people. I have slowed it down. It would probably be at 50 chapters if I had pushed myself to do 1 a week, but I'm doing bi-weekly now because I have a job. But and I just like, once I get off work, I'm dead. I can't bring myself to do anything except check my Animal Crossing, and then like I can't even bring myself to watch anything anymore. Fuck, this is getting really dark. And it's not even like depression or anything, it's just I can't, whatever the executive function I had before is gone, and I don't know where it went. I think I'm just using it all of my force, all of my motivation and stuff to like work, to force myself to work, to get my work done. And especially if I have a day when I'm struggling to focus, once I get off work, I'm like dead. I can't bring myself to actually do anything productive. Like I can sit down. I used to be able to sit down and read a manga in a sitting in an hour. And now I'm like, I have a ton of manga that I've purchased because now I have a paycheck and I can do that without feeling bad. And I can't bring myself to sit down and actually focus on the book, and it's probably ADHD, it's probably it, but like getting a diagnosis is pretty difficult and not really worth it. And I keep telling myself it's not. I keep telling myself that getting a diagnosis won't benefit me in a way that would be worth all the work of getting the diagnosis. And who knows, because like I am prioritizing the things that I need to do to survive. I'm prioritizing my actual job because it pays the bills. I'm not prioritizing stuff that I'm not getting any benefit out of. I'm not prioritizing stuff unless people tell me to do it. And that's pretty much why I fell off of YouTube. People weren't expecting things from me, and I ran out of ideas, and I ran out of motivation. So I have all of these recordings of me drawing old art to the point that, like, I don't even really think I could easily dig up the actual drawings that I did. That's how old they are. The two in this video, there's two. Where are we at here? Yeah, the next one's coming up soon. This one is a, I don't even know. I was just playing. It wasn't anything in particular. I get really Dr. Stone vibes off of it. I think I really like how the hair turned out. I think I did this one after I did the other one, but there's two in here, both of which are painterly style. The other thing is I have been off of YouTube not doing these for so long that the files I have built up are still on Sci, and I have not opened Sci in a year. I have not opened Sci on purpose. I have not used Sci for more than like 30 minutes in a year. And most of these things are on Sci. I use Clip Studio now. It's amazing. I love it. I love Clip Studio. Anyway, I think what I was trying to get at, and like I said, this whole video is just me rambling, just going on with no real purpose. And I'm sorry it got dark, but if you guys want me to talk about stuff, you kind of have to ask. That's kind of the thing. If people want things from me, they will get done if they're asked for. But if I have the idea myself and want to do it for myself, and people aren't interested in it, then it's not going to happen, like, ever. I need a lot of incentive to do anything anymore, and it is a struggle. It's an actual struggle for me to do that. It's painful. I don't even know. I don't know what to do, but see, you know the one thing I missed from Sai is that one brush, that brush. I have never how to brush the paper brush, I have not been able to recreate in Sai. So if anyone can recreate the paper brush from Sai into Clip Studio, it would be kind of neat. However, I have been not painting in Sai. I've been using these techniques in so long that, yeah, I'm very distracted now. I haven't been using these techniques in so long that it would even be worth it. Would I even miss the paper brush? Probably not. I use like the pen. Pretty much I use the pen, and then I pretty much for lately I've only really been using flat colors. It is exceedingly weird. I just use flat colors now. I don't know what to say. So now we're on to the second one, by the way. The second drawing. I really like this one. I liked working with the back. I think I did this one before I did the other one, and I experimented a lot. I don't think I finished the actual piece in this video though. I didn't record the second half, I believe, but I was using a new technique. I was experimenting a lot, and I was having a lot of fun with this one. I really like drawing backs. I don't know what it is about backs. I'm just weirdly good at it. And it's really strange and unusual because I use myself almost exclusively as my only reference, right? Like, my only reference is me. And I barely see my own back. I don't even know. But I do need to go back and use these techniques a little bit more, because every time I do, it turns out so good, where I do the base color, they're the darkest color, and then I come in with the base and blend it in. It just turns out so good every time I use that technique. I think I only color the skin in this video, but it's a very fun technique. I was actually using swatches like that, which I never do. Yeah, I do want to get back into doing stuff for YouTube. I'm just out of ideas. The things that I would talk about would be like would require research, and I just hate researching so much. And it's not even that it's just hard to find a topic that I can get interested enough in to want to research, and then when I do, I always forget to cite my sources and stuff, and it's irresponsible to put out a video like that and not cite my sources or whatever. So if I do anything on any topic, it would be like my own personal experiences with the topics. I do kind of want to talk about some of my experiences being asexual and stuff, but my circle kind of got a little bit aphobic recently, and I don't know if I'm gonna get attacked on my own video. I don't know if they're brave enough to come after me, and I'm 23 years old, and you'd think I'd be able to handle a little bit of aphobia, you know, because I've been dealing with it for a very long time. I'm always the mama bear defensive friend in the group, but like if someone's being aphobic, I have literally been tagged in aphobic posts to be like, hey, can you fucking come after these losers? And I did. I came after them, because like there's no reason to be aphobic. There's no reason to like pretend you're I just don't get it. It's like it's none of your business. We're not hurting anybody, and a lot of it is just I feel like there is some jealousy at hand or whatever. I don't know. That's for another video. I think if I start getting into it too much right now, then I won't have anything left for the video. A video, if I ever do one, because like I told myself I was gonna do this one today. I was gonna force myself to do this one today, and it is 11:40. It is 11:40. I woke up a little over 12 hours ago, and I'm only just doing this now, so it was all day forcing myself to do this, like telling myself I had to do this. And that's just kind of where I'm at in my situation. Where I don't have motivation, I don't have the inspiration to do anything. And my memory is failing me, and I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's the moon or something, because maybe it wasn't a problem a couple of weeks ago, and now it is for some freaking reason, you know? It's life. It'll get better. It's better than it was. Like, I moved out. My living situation prior was not very good. I was living with a very racist family, and I had no way out of that situation. So I brain not work. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I got out. I'm living with a roommate, and the situation, at least in my experience, is pretty chill. A lot more chill than everyone said it was gonna be. Like, oh, you're gonna get a roommate and you're gonna hate them, and you don't room with friends, you're gonna learn to hate them. And honestly, we just kind of, I don't know, maybe she hates me, I doubt it. I think I'm just overreacting or like overthinking it. But in my experience, I think it's pretty chill. But maybe, I don't know, it's a boundary thing. Like, we just respect each other's boundaries. Sometimes maybe too well. Because sometimes I'm like, yo, I could totally do this, but like, she doesn't care if I'm going to cosplay around the house, but I still tend to cosplay in my bedroom because it's just what I was always used to. It was just, like, she doesn't care because, like, she's also a weeb. She also is around that stuff all the time, so she doesn't care. But like, but then, like, when I was living with my parents or living with my mom and my brother, it was like, it's weird that I call my brother a parent, but he acts like one. He had more authority despite being younger. So anyway, if I got caught cosplaying around the house, it was a fucking big deal. And I still have a lot of that ingrained into me, like the fear of like getting caught and getting judged. So a lot of my stuff may be just reluctance in that part, because like when I was at home, at least there was a lot of periods of time when no one else was and I was home alone. But you know, like, me and my roommate work together, we both work from home, we're both home all day, you know, we're both in the same vicinity all the time. So I think part of me is like, yeah, this isn't home alone time. So and she doesn't care, and I'm still gradually, I think I'm getting better, but I don't know. Yeah, so I think we've got, I have to do fucking math in my head. I think we've got about 5 minutes left, and I'm running out of things to talk about, really, but I'll figure it out. I'll come to that conclusion. So this art, I still look at, and I still hold up as being really good to this day. Like I said, sigh that the one thing, that one brush I'm using to paint with, I freaking love that brush. Okay, I stopped around the thing with making his braid glow, and I was just having so much fun with the braid. Like, it didn't have to glow, but then I was like, okay, I'm putting that in the lore now. Like, his braid glows, and I don't care what you guys think. It did mute the shading and stuff, so I put some highlights in there, really made it pop. But yeah, I have a lot of art built up, and I think I'm gonna start making videos again if I'm held accountable. I think I might be better off just rambling for the videos, just using the videos to ramble about whatever the hell I want to. But then I could also read stuff, so I think maybe I'll read some of my old fanfics and see how that goes. All my old Hitalia fanfics, maybe some of my My Hero ones, some of my one-shots. That could be an interesting thing. If there are any topics you want me to talk about my opinion on, I'm not gonna do fucking research. I hate researching. I hate researching just because of the standards of citing sources and stuff. It's like, I either know it or I don't. I don't really pay a huge amount of attention to where I get stuff sometimes. Like, a lot of my stuff, it's like, I know it's a reliable source because my friend posted it and they fact check their stuff. So I mostly just rely on that. I just make them do the research for me without having to do it, and then it ends up in my feeds and then I learn. Ta-da! So that's kind of it. I'm sorry for not posting in over a year. I'm gonna try to do better. I'm gonna maybe try to get back into this a little bit more because it's fun. It's definitely something very interesting. I think it's very relaxing to make these videos and put them out. I suck at thumbnails. That's a thing. If you guys have any ideas for challenges, please make me do them. Hold me fucking accountable, please. If you want it done, it'll get done, but you have to want it. And you have to let me know that you want it. Because I be stressing. For real. I'm not a functioning human being most of the time. Brain don't work, and I don't have ideas of my own, or I do have ideas and then I kind of post about them. I'm like, yeah, this is fun, and then then no one like interacts with it, so I'm like, yeah, they don't care, they don't want that, so then I don't do it. Or I do it in the spur of the moment, and I start it and then I never finish it, like what I've done here with like actual ton of old speed draws that I haven't used, and I can't put music over them because that's copyright, and if you guys, if I can get other people to tell their stories and put them over my speed draws, I will do that. I will like host you on my channel even though I have like no subscribers. Let's go. I have subscribers, but they're all my friends and I love them, but like I love them, but it's a mess. Anyway, I've got like a few seconds left, so goodbye. I'm glad you waited around this long while I absolutely had a mental breakdown, and I'll see you next time or whenever, if I ever do. Thank you. Goodbye.